was sick, I would say, I wouldn't be a bit surprised that what I do can make a difference in my health. And the little voice would go, we'll see, we'll see. But I stuck with that, And then after a while, it got to when I said, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I can make a difference in my life. The little voice would go, okay, you might be able to make a little difference. Then I moved it to, I wouldn't be a bit surprised that what I do. So it started like that. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. But as I continued to use the tools over time, it moved to, if somebody came and said, so why are you using this stuff? I'd go, because I wouldn't be a bit surprised that if I use this stuff, I can get well. As I talk about choice of destination, that's what we used to call goals. What goals are about are really allowing the mind to begin to focus on what you do want. The mind is always busy. It's been trained over millions and millions of generations to gather information and be busy. And so the idea of choosing a destination is to begin to give your mind, this is what I want to focus on. I want my mind to focus on moving to. Then there's choice of action. Because of our culture and where we come from, again, through millions of years, most of us believe, you have to do something. There's no free lunch, you got to pay your dues, all that stuff. So you tie that into choice of action. What do you think you need to do to facilitate you getting these dreams? And that, again, is challenging because there's all these books. Well, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, and you got to do this. And we get taught to look outside of ourselves for what we need to do, instead of going inside and saying, what do I believe I need to do? Because where I come from, it's the belief in action that has the power. It's not necessarily the action. Then the third choice is choice of mental environment. So I got this voice inside that's always talking to me. And so what I do is teach people how to take charge of this voice so it starts to talk to you the way that supports you doing what you said you need to do. Because if you do that, you get what you want. So you begin to integrate these tools. The choice of imagination. That we can begin through imagination, which is sometimes called visualization, taking charge of the image-making part of the mind, if you will, that we can spend a little time every day daydreaming about this thing we want. Because it's been shown through the writings throughout the centuries that the mind can't tell the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined experience, which means that maybe I can start to vividly imagine this thing, really daydream it good, and my mind will begin to take, that's the way it is. So again, integrating these tools, so all of a sudden we find, wow, I'm focused on what I want for the majority of the time. I'm doing what I think I need to do most of the time. I have this voice inside that's supporting me doing what I need to do to get to this thing. And then I spend a little time, imagining it. And pretty quick, it's like, wow. So you start where you are, begin to integrate these two, choice of destination, choice of action, choice of mental environment, this choice of emotional environment. And then when you get it to where it's going, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. You go use Thanksgiving. And what the ancients talk about is that it's not about giving thanks, it's about feeling thankful. So when you integrate these tools to where you go, I wouldn't be a bit surprised, then go feel thankful that that's true. And the mind goes, well, I wouldn't be feeling thankful unless it was true. And what happens is you begin to integrate the tools of choice so you can create belief, create consciousness.